Now, the original diagnosis for this was the fact that there was no heat coming from the vents, and they thought that they smelt maybe a little bit of a sweet smell coming from underneath the engine compartment. I confirmed that I have no heat coming out from the vents right here, so that's something that I want to diagnose because boy is it chilly outside. There is a lot of smoke coming up off this engine, which tells me essentially that the engine is pretty warm, but for some reason there's something burning off of it. I can see that there's a big oily mess down along this area. This is your air intake system. Down underneath this, there's going to be a gasket that leads down to the intake of the engine itself. All right, now that we have the intake off here, we can have a nice close look at exactly what I wanted to show you. Down along this area here, you can see that there's a whole bunch of dried up coolant crusties. That means the coolant's leaking out someplace. Now on these seals right here, you can tell that it looks like it's extremely squished down and dried and petrified. It's also starting to separate a little bit. As I'm starting to pull down on it, I can see fluid moving around in the areas along the edges. That essentially tells me that this gasket isn't any good.